Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show with Xander. Today, I am bringing you along for a little adventure. It was Sunday, the 20th of April. It was a public holiday in Portugal. And let me tell you, it was a great day. A bit chilly, a bit rainy, but full of charm, culture, and food. Always food. We started the day with breakfast at home. Thankfully, we had done our grocery run the day before when we arrived because most places were either closed or opening late thanks to the holiday. Pro tip: try to always be one step ahead when traveling on a long weekend. The highlight of the morning, a Tuk-Tuk Tour or Tuk-Tuk. Yeah, you heard it right. Or as the guide spelled, Tuk Tuk. We hop into this three-wheel electric scooter taxi, kind of like a miniature car, and off we went. Our guide was Joel in English, or Joel in Spanish. A local with a brilliant sense of humor, a deep knowledge of the city. He showed us parts of Lisbon that were not just scenic, but packed with history. Many of the buildings were centuries old, way older than anything you would see back in Australia or Colombia. Some had been beautiful restored, others not so much, but that gave them character. Now, the weather. It was what you would call severe weather, windy, cold, and that kind of chill that makes 12 degrees feel like maybe less than 10 degrees. I had to double up on layers, at least two jackets to keep warm. And yep, we had some light rain too, just to keep things interesting. After the tour, of course, it was time for food. We tried some local dishes, paella, I think it was the version of paella in English or paella in Spanish, with chicken, plus a cheeseburger and chips to compare. Their chips, pretty plain, barely salted. We also had bacalhau, which is a salted cod dish that's super traditional in Portugal. Then came a small glass of Ginja, a local cherry liqueur. Sweet, smooth, and surprisingly nice. I just had a taste, but it definitely tasted good. Later, we went for a walk, thinking we were heading to the sea, but not. Turns out it was the Teju River, or Tagus, as is known in English. It's massive and lined with tourists from all over the world. It was really like a hub of stories, accents, and snapshots. After our walk, it was siesta time. Yes, nap culture is real and appreciated. We recharged and headed to our second shopping center of the trip. This was called Amoreiras. Now, compared to Colombo, which we visited the day before and I described it on our previous podcast, this one looked a bit newer inside. However, the toilets were not so much. There were mid renovations as well, and let's just say you could tell. Fun fact: Amoreiras comes from the mulberry trees that used to be in the area, the ones used for producing silk, like with the worm. So the center's name actually has a cool tie to local history. Inside, we grab a bite, you guessed it, international restaurant McDonald's for the familiarity. Also, we tried in other restaurant some salmon and a fish salad just to see the local cuisine. It was fresh, however, ordering was a challenge. Not everyone speaks English or Spanish, and our Portuguese, well, that was work in progress. So lots of pointing and smiling involved, you can imagine. From the things that we learn on public holidays, aka feriados in Portuguese, supermarkets are closed. Luckily, we still had food at home for that day and the next. Speaking of which, we are planning to go to what is called the Oceanario, which is the Lisbon Aquarium, which is supposed to be incredible and hopefully squeezing in a supermarket visit for the next batch of meals. So that was our Sunday adventures. Tuk-tuks, tours, traditional dishes, riverside walks, and shopping center surprises. Portugal keeps surprising us in the best ways. And this is it. Thanks for tuning into the show with Xander. If you like today's episode, remember to follow. Share with someone who is thinking about visiting Portugal. More stories coming soon. Until next time, stay curious and stay kind. Ciao.